Oh, if only I had more time to train, coach, I could make so much more progress. If only I didn't have to work. If only I didn't have a family. Stop that, I'm joking. But I hear this a lot from people, but it's all bullshit. You are putting obstacles, you're putting a safety net out there to make excuses for yourself. So no matter what time you've got, I'm going to show you in this video 4 easy to follow points that will improve your fitness regardless of what time you've got. Let's do it. That sounds like Gordon Ramsay, doesn't it? Now, I don't swear as much as Gordon Ramsay, I promise. But some great tips coming up. Hey, Coach Scott here. Another great video for you. So before you hit that like button, sneaky plug, I want to share with you a little disclaimer. Of course, if you've got more time to train, there is a direct correlation with fitness gains. But, and I mean there is a big but, and I'm not talking about some celebrities' backside, I'm talking about the English word but said in a Scottish accent. Even I'm confusing myself now. But if you've got 6, 10, 12, 15 hours to train, I have seen riders and worked with riders who don't maximise that time. So this video really reaches out to everybody. If you've got 1 hour or 15 hours, even one of these points will boost your fitness. So let's get into it. Number 1, what are you doing in the golden hour? That point from when we wake up until the clock hits 1 hour. I mean, how many of you are waking up like some saggy arse old fart? Oh, I wish I was 10 years younger. Oh, my hip hurts, my knee hurts, my foot hurts, my finger hurts, my ear hurts. Stop that bullshit, okay? Everybody's got issues going on, but we're going to try and pack that first hour with positive actions, positive thoughts. So, can you get up a bit earlier and create a virtual commute? Sure, you would like to commute to work, but it's too far. You have to drive, get the bus, get the train. But you climb on your bike and you spin nice and gentle. You've packed your kit the night before, your shoes are laid out, your water's there, you just climb downstairs, boom, into the studio, wherever you've got, into the garage, into the garden, whatever. You can do it, okay? And by then, turning the pedals and activating that circulatory system first thing in the morning, even a soft ride over 20, 30 minutes, off in the shower, turn on the cold water, boom, we get that circulatory boost. You have just given yourself the opportunity to have a platform for a much more positive day, because the actions that we will take after that point are led by this stimulus. So it's win-win. Now, you only need to do that maybe 2 or 3 times a week, and suddenly you found an extra 1.5 hours, but that 1.5 hours is activating that circulatory system. And that circulatory system can go around the world 2.5 times, and most of it is sitting dormant, and we don't need to exercise at high intensity to wake it up. I'm doing that Gordon Ramsay thing again, but I'm not swearing, or I think I did there. However, let's move on to point 2. Number 2, think fit, think fast. Think fast. So let's look for one of our sessions per week where we are going to go fast. And what we're going to do is put a limit on how fast we go in terms of time. So I like to start this around 30 seconds. So let's take even a standard ride that you go out, even on a nice day, and you maybe going on a favourite little loop, or even if you've got a commute to work, you're going to try and inject 20 to 30 seconds of hard effort, okay? As hard as you can push it inside that workout. And you're going to have maybe 3 to 5 minutes recovery between them. But start to mix things up and put some speed into your workout. Now, the common mistake people make is they may have an hour and they say, this is going to be my hard hour. And they start and they maintain a similar intensity, which is really quite hard. It may be at threshold, but it's too much. It's not going to make the impact on your fitness because your body is like the most cleverest, now there's a word for you, cleverest computer in the world. It will work you out and it will find that steady state. You need to jump out the cupboard and frighten your body. So on, off, on this one particular route. This becomes your key session per week. So you may change around and you be brave sometimes to do one of these fast efforts up a hill. You start to experiment with your efficiency in terms of your bike handling skills. Think fast, at least 1 time a week, and that will give you the opportunity to have a breakthrough for your fitness. Okay, number 3 is what I often refer to as the 95% rule. So if you're training for 5 or 6 hours a week, which is a really good volume, you have still got 95, 96% of your week outside of training. Yeah, It's phenomenal how much time there is available. So what I would say, start now. Let's say that you're into a program of testing your fitness and you're doing this maybe every 4 weeks, 5 weeks or 6 weeks. So whatever system you're using, I challenge you in that period of time between tests to change something that will impact on the 95%. And I'm talking about the time off the bike. So look at your life and start to look at it in terms of how does your fitness impact on your health and how does your health impact on your fitness? And then go beyond your fitness and look at your life in general. You know, what's work like? What's your social interactions like? What's family life like? Are you the best version of yourself? That doesn't require more time training. It requires more time focusing on the 95%. So look at your nutrition, look at your hydration, look at your sleep, look at your stress management. Do something, change something. You've got to change the narrative. Change it up. Even if you hydrate 1 litre extra water a day between your fitness tests, look at it, okay? How you implement it during that period of time. It is not only the stimulus from training to make that adaptive process meaningful for your fitness. There are so many other ways. And in that 95%, I'm sure anyone can find at least one every 4 weeks. Try it. It works. Number 4 is about training volume rather than training time. Now, what I mean by that is, can we increase the number of workouts that you do? Let's take a 100-kilometre ride. We do it on the Saturday. 5 days with no activity, you've lost the adaptive gains from that. Most people say have 3 or 4 hours when they start the cycling training, but 75 to 80% of that time is done in one ride over the weekend. This is not productive going forward. So think of the golden hour that I talked about. Could you cycle for 30 minutes, 5, 6, 7, 8 times a week? 8 times a week, coach, there's only 7 days in the week. Can you do it 2 times in a day? Can you do it in the morning and then again in the evening? Can you start to add these shorter efforts? And I'm talking about even a 20-minute fast one. This can be done, but are you brave enough or strong enough to come away from that concept of having to have that longer ride? What if I told you that you would need around 4 hours in one continuous ride to really make a dent on mitochondrial density? Would it stop you trying to find that long ride? Because in that 2-hour ride that you've done, let's say that's 4 rides that we could spread out during the week. Oh no, it's only because you've got that time at the weekend. You're falling into that bullshit, aren't you? Yes, of course you've got more time, but there is time if we dot it out. And also, by doing that big long ride at the weekend, your body's not quite at the level to absorb that. So you push yourself into that catabolic phase. You don't eat so well when you've got this extra time off, but you think you've earned the treats from the long ride. So you increase the inflammation in your system that stays there longer. So you arrive back at work, say Monday morning, feeling like that saggy arsehole fart that can't see anything positive. Can you change? Can you look at adding shorter workouts more regularly? Be more efficient with your time. So it's not the volume of time, it's how many times we can ride that will see you make a gain. Try it. There you go, 4 great points, easy to follow, and they will boost your fitness. So what was that extra little tip or point I was going to share with you for sticking around? Well, over the next week or so, from the point of uploading this video, I'm going to be developing a new channel called the Bike Fit Clinic. This is going to be a private channel. It's going to be for my clients. It's going to be for members. It will exist on YouTube, but via Patreon, whereby you can become a member for as little as $10 a month, but you're going to get some wonderful content. I'm going to be sharing longer videos from the Bike Fit Studio, videos that are not necessarily going to find their way onto YouTube because of their length, but I'm going to dial into things like crank length, different pedals, different handlebars, different saddle setups with different saddles. I'm going to look at everything that the world has in cycling, all the components that I have, all the products I get to test, and we're going to do it live and uploaded with real riders in the studio. It's a wonderful opportunity to get an insight into what happens inside the studio. I'm going to be sharing Zoom chats whereby you will get an opportunity to come on live with me and ask questions about your position on your bike, maybe something that's not quite working for you. So watch out for this. It's going to be a great opportunity to not only grow the channel, but for me to work directly with you. Hey, I'll see you in the next video. Remember, anyone can train hard, but there's only a few of us can train smart.